Long-range weapons in modern wars are the foundation that ensures the successful completion of the assigned tasks. After all, in the 21st century, the war is won by the one who has more technology, more long-range weapons and more resources. The M142 HIMARS is a highly mobile American rocket artillery system designed to destroy areas where enemy artillery, air defense systems, heavy armored vehicles and even fortified positions are concentrated. As the practice of the war in Ukraine has shown, with the help of such multiple launch rocket systems, it is possible to effectively neutralize ammunition depots that the occupiers have set up for themselves in a deep dill. For the HIMARS, this is absolutely not a problem. The M142 HIMARS is a relatively new development. They have been working on its creation since the mid-90s, and the final tests of the MLRS took place at the beginning of the noughties. The development company Lockheed Martin is an American corporation specializing in the aircraft and space industries. Engineers of this particular company today produce such masterpieces as E-class fighters. However, they have a unit that develops ground equipment, including the M142 HIMARS. Since its inception, this system has proven itself in battles in Afghanistan during the anti-terrorist campaign, in Iraq during the Gulf War, as well as in Syria. Let's dwell in more detail on the tactical and technical characteristics of this beast. It weighs more than 16 tons. The dimensions are quite large. 7 meters long, over 3 high and almost 2.5 wide. Despite such dimensions, HIMARS is a very maneuverable and fast device. It can accelerate to 85 km per hour, has a range of almost 1,000 kilometers and, most importantly, hits far and incredibly accurately, from 70 to 300 kilometers. It all depends on the ammunition. But to maintain this complex, you will need only 3 people, a commander, a driver and a gunner. This, by the way, is half as much as is usually required to work with the usual artillery guns. The range of using HIMARS depends on what projectiles the operators of this conflict have. The usual standard ammunition is M30-31 GMLRS missiles. They hit at a distance of up to 80 kilometers with a volley of 6 shells. And, very importantly, it is in just a minute. These are guided rockets, which are also manufactured by Lockheed Martin. Their manufacturability provides them with uncompromising accuracy. If the range of 70 to 80 kilometers suddenly becomes too small and the target is much farther away, there are missiles of a slightly different class. True, the M142 HIMARS can launch only one such missile, and then will need to be reloaded. We are talking about the MGM-148EACMS. This almost 4-meter missile takes off from the launcher at a speed of 1,500 meters per second and easily covers a distance of 300 kilometers. If the M3031 is designed for heavy equipment and fortified positions, then with the help of ATACMS, almost any fortification or shelter will fold like a shorthouse from an impact. And even that's not all. With the help of HIMARS, you can hit the enemy at a distance of 1,000 kilometers. All thanks to the experimental precision strike missile. This is a serious weapon, but only the United States has it. The biggest and most important plus of HIMARS is its accuracy. Thanks to digital fire control systems, the M142 can determine its position on the ground and aim at the target in less than a minute. This is unrealistically fast, as for MLRS. In addition, missiles leaving the launcher are guided by satellite navigation. In simple words, this means that the projectile is guaranteed to hit a predetermined target. The modern technologies used can so accurately identify objects and the target that when one missile penetrates the wall, the next one that flies can pass through the hole to reach the target. That is why the military may not think that due to buildings or individual objects that will stand in the way of missiles, they will somehow be able to interfere with its course. No, if the operator specifies specific coordinates, then the missile will not deviate from them. Recognition systems, satellite navigation and digital fire control work incredibly accurately here. Real deviation from the target is up to 1 meter. So that you understand the scale, this is the Soviet Uragan MLRS. And it has a radius of deviation of 1 kilometer. But this is not its biggest disadvantage. The range of operation is only up to 40 kilometers. For a successful launch, select a location in advance and accurately calculate the projectile trajectory. With HIMARS there is no need for all this. The launch can be carried out from any terrain, in any weather and from any position. This is a universal tool that greatly simplifies the work of operators of such weapons. Plus, thanks to the wheelbase, the M142 can quickly move between sections of the front. Computer systems can identify the target even when the car is moving. HIMARS deploys in under a minute. In another 60 seconds, HIMARS releases his entire arsenal. And just as quickly, it gathers itself, leaving the firing position. That is, in these few minutes the enemy will not have time to either get in, let alone give the haul in response. It was these characteristics that put HIMARS in first place among these launches in the United States and made it one of the best in its class in the world.